If you were trying to get the cuts off of a human that were in relation to pigs, that's close enough. You know, the head, the ham, and the ribs, and the loin, and the belly. And that's Petunia the pig, Porky the pig's girlfriend. I got this tattoo the day after I quit the Admiral. I got a James Beard nomination there, and then I quit like a week later.
Cornbread and butter beans and you across the table, eating beans and making love as long as I am able. Oh, and corn and cotton too, and when the day is over, ride a mule, a crazy fool, and love getting all over.
Yeah, so this is a whole hog, and then we smoke it in those smokers right behind us for 12 to 18 hours. Sometimes we have a fire that we build and make charcoal, and then we shovel the coals underneath the pigs all night long. And this fat, it being pasture-raised and eating all kinds of good stuff, the fat is very flavorful. Typically how it worked in my family is the men would cook the barbecue, and then the women, you know, would be inside cooking the rest of the food. But you know, I got Sarah back here, she's killing it. She loves cooking the pigs. Yeah, so typically you just stay up, drink beer, and hang out by fire, but then you would eat it the next day, and then the next day, and the next day until it was all gone. The style of sauce that I grew up eating is vinegar pepper sauce, and that's what we do here at Buxton. And you know, a lot of people aren't familiar with that.
Oh, it's like religion. I'd never tasted mustard barbecue until I was in my 20s. I didn't know what the hell people were talking about. That's not how we do it, in South Carolina. And I mean, you can trace references to, the Scott-Irish community cooking whole hogs with vinegar and pepper sauce going back to the 1740s, and in the PD region. I'll take it, whatever. It's whole hog vinegar pepper barbecue. We're doing it right.
I just want to warn you, this thing might shoot some fat your way. So when we say whole hog, you're getting a little bit of everything.
This is his dream restaurant, so it's like I think showing his attachments and like origins for everything.
When we were getting ready to open Buxton, we all went on a road trip to basically get ideas and inspiration for the space of Buxton and the food, and just like get ready to open.
Yeah, the road trip was really funny.
We went to True Barbecue in Columbia, and we went to see Rodney Scott and Hemingway, who's like one of the big like whole hog guys. So that was a big inspiration for Elliott to go see him. And then we went and saw Sam Jones in Ada, North Carolina, and he's like one of the OG whole hog guys too. So it was kind of like we were paying respects to the masters before opening Buxton.
That is what makes chicken Bob walking. Like, add acid to this, heat, boom! Like,
yeah.
I live in this building right here. Kind of my little hiding spot. What's up, boys?
Elliott and I met when I was in college in Columbia, South Carolina. Even back then, he was working at Chick-fil-A. He transferred from Florence Chick-fil-A to Columbia Chick-fil-A. And he, even back then, was like super passionate about food. I always remember him talking about having dreams of being a chef and owning a restaurant.
I didn't go to culinary school. I don't know what it's like, but I know what I learned from Chick-fil-A, and they paid me to learn it instead of the other way around. And this is my office. And all this stuff up here are some of them are flowers, but most of it is dried vegetables that we hung over the smoker. You can reconstitute them. And I had the idea, this is an Appalachian technique. In Appalachia, food is, it's a lot like Southern food. It's poor food, and just using what you got and making it work. And I like that philosophy. And whether you preserve it and pickle it, you might not ever eat it, but you didn't throw it away either. So we're just trying to save stuff.
Baby, it must be love.
Elliott drives me completely insane a lot of the time, but I also really love working with him because he's true blue, weirdo artist all the way.
I mean, I don't know. You know, being a chef is just, it's like varying levels of emotional and physical exhaustion. And that's just kind of what it is all day long, every day.
He had been James Beard nominated at the Admiral, and he'd been like the New York Times and had all this attention, and everything kind of fell apart for him.
It just didn't work out. I didn't work for almost 3 years.
He felt like he had gone from that to like screwing it all up and just blowing it.
It was really important to him because, you know, he didn't go to culinary school. He sort of a self-starter.
He was just kind of like done. Elliott was so tested.
I lost a lot of weight and definitely lost my mind for a little while, but I'm happy that all those bumps happened. You know, I wouldn't change anything.
I think like when we were building Buxton Hall, he didn't believe it until we actually opened on day one because there were so many delays.
He was simultaneously like overjoyed and the most stressed I've ever seen him. We all finally had to be like, hey, you can't come in today. You just can't.
It took me a while to like really feel like this was my home, and you know, I feel rooted and it's special.
It's a little embarrassing talking about another man's personality and characteristics. I don't know if I'm comfortable answering those questions.
Oh, it just burns your balls off?
Yeah, it burns your absolute balls off. And there ain't no way to get away from the smoke. The smoke just hits it and comes up every side.
Oh, yeah.